Hello everyone, welcome to you all for the awareness session on NAAC revised manual which will be commenced from 1st January 2023. In earlier lectures, we covered first three criterions. Now we will move to criterion 4 in this video, that is infrastructure and learning resources. As part of outline of criteria 4, here first we will see the overview of qualitative matrices and quantitative matrices along with their weightages, followed by in detail explanation of qualitative matrices and quantitative matrices. For quantitative matrices, metric wise data template, standard operating procedure and benchmarks also covered. This is the circular disclosure of benchmarks released by NAAC on 5th December 2022. This manual is related to affiliated and constituent colleges, which will be commenced from 1st January 2023. Whoever submitted or going to submit your IIQA on 1st January 2023. Now, today's date is 5th January. So, now onwards, whoever going to submit your IUQA, then the new manual is applicable for all of us. Now let us move to our criteria 4. Before that, again see the overview of all the 7 criteria, their total weightages. Now here we are discussing about criteria 4, infrastructure and learning resources, total weightage is 100. So here for criteria 4, you are having 3 qualitative matrices with 60 weightage and again 3 quantitative matrices with 40 weightage. Total 6 matrices with 100 weightage. Now let us move to criteria 4 in detail, infrastructure and learning resources. So criteria 4 consisting of 4 key indicators. The first one 4.1 physical facilities which carries 30 marks, then 4.2 library as a learning resource 20 points, and 4.3 IT infrastructure 30 is the weightage, then 4.4 maintenance of campus infrastructure 20. The total weightage is 100. Then let us see what are the qualitative matrices and what are the quantitative matrices along with their weightages. So here qualitative matrices are 3. The first one 4.1.1 with weightage is 20. Then 4.2.1 the weightage is 20. Then 4.3.1 the weightage is 20. Total 3 qualitative matrices. The total weightage is 60. Then again there are 3 quantitative matrices. 4.1.2 weightage is 10. 4.3.2 weightage is 10. Then 4.4.1 weightage is 20. Total 3 quantitative matrices. The total weightage is 40. So let us see the detailed explanation about qualitative and quantitative matrices of criteria 4. Okay, first we will see qualitative matrices. The 3 qualitative matrices just now we discussed 4.1.1, 4.2.1, 4.3.1. So all are carries 20 weightage each. Now let us see what are those. The first qualitative metric 4.1.1, the question is availability of adequate infrastructure and physical facilities like classrooms, laboratories, ICT infrastructure, facilities for cultural and sports activities, gym, yoga center, etc. in the institution. For all these areas, the availability of adequate infrastructure and physical facilities for all these aspects. So you have to describe with maximum of 500 words about all these facilities. Then the supporting photographs with the geotagging needs to be uploaded under file description, upload additional information. Any other extra information you can include in college website, that link can be provided here. This metric carries 20 weightage. This is qualitative metric. This can be evaluated during P-team visit to the campus. The next qualitative metric comes under key indicator 4.2, library as a learning resource, that is 4.2.1. The question is library automation using integrated library management system, that is ILMS. Then subscription to e-resources, including provision of links to OE or repositories, amount spent on purchase of books, journals, and usage of library. For all these facilities, you have to provide the write-up related to all this library automation, then e-resources, then budget spent on books and journals, and usage of library all together. You have to give the write-up with maximum 500 words, which carries 20 weightage. Then the supporting documents with ILMS related screenshots, then e-resources screenshots, then budget spent. So the bills and invoices of purchase of books and journals, then the usage of library by the students and faculty, all these related proofs needs to be uploaded under file description, upload additional information. Then provide link for additional information, any other information which can be available in library page, you can give that library link here. This is the second qualitative metric. Then coming to third qualitative metric 4.3.1 comes under the key indicator 4.3 IT infrastructure, which carries 20 weightage. The question is institution frequently updates its IT facilities and provides sufficient bandwidth for internet connection. Here you have to provide the write-up related to what are the IT facilities available, then what are the updations taken place, then what is the internet connection speed and provider details. All details you can provide as write-up of 500 words. Then the supporting documents can be uploaded under file description, upload additional information, then any other extra information you can include in our institute website and provide that link here, provide link for additional information. This metric carries 20 weightage. So total there are three qualitative matrices. All these qualitative matrices are evaluated during peer team visit to the campus after DVV process is completed. Inspection will be taken place. So there only qualitative metrics can be evaluated. Then coming to criterion for quantitative matrices. Here we are having three quantitative matrices. Let us see one by one. For each quantitative metric, we are having data template, then standard operating procedure, then what are the benchmarks. Okay, the quantitative matrices are 4.1.2, weightage is 10, 4.3.2, weightage is 10, 4.4.1, weightage is 20. Let us see in detail about all these quantitative matrices. The first quantitative metric is 4.1.2, comes under key indicator 4.1, physical facilities, which carries 10 points. The question is percentage of expenditure excluding salary for infrastructure augmentation during last 5 years. You can provide amount in rupees lakhs. So the amount, total amount of expenditure excluding salary for infrastructure related year wise, so can be entered into the following table. The latest year, for example, 21-22. So what is the total amount in Indian rupees lakhs? Then 2021 year 2, what is the amount, and so on. 17-18 fifth year, what is the amount? Now the supporting details can be provided as for the data template included here, that is 4.4.1. So actually 4.1.2, there is one more quantitative metric 4.4.1, that is a maintenance in maintenance expenditure. For both matrices, the template is same. So institutional data in the prescribed format, this template is measured with 4.4.1. Upload supporting documents here. Now, what is the template and what are the supporting documents, and so what is the benchmark? Let us see all this. This is the data template which is common for both matrices 4.1.2, 4.4.1. 4.1.2 is percentage of expenditure excluding salary for infrastructure augmentation, whereas 4.4.1 percentage of expenditure incurred on maintenance of infrastructure, that is for physical and academic facilities, both excluding salary component. Both matrices, the amount needs to be provided for last 5 years. So this is the common template. Anyway, 4.4.1 again separately we will discuss. So here first year 21-22, budget allocated for infrastructure augmentation, then expenditure for infrastructure augmentation, budget allocated and spent. Then these columns are related to 4.4.1, expenditure maintenance of academic facilities excluding salary, expenditure and maintenance of physical facilities excluding salary. These two columns related to 4.4.1. Then total expenditure excluding salary. Okay, now this is the data template. Common data template needs to be filled and can be uploaded in both matrices, same data template. Now let us see what are the documents required as per standard operating procedure for this quantitative metric 4.1.2. All quantitative matrices are evaluated by DVV, data validation and verification, through online mode. 70% of the evaluation of NAAC is related to quantitative matrices that can be evaluated by DVV through online mode only. Then remaining 30% weightage is related to qualitative matrices. Those can be evaluated by visiting peer team to the campus. Now 4.1.2 quantitative metric, what is the SOP? Documents needed. You have to provide the consolidated fund allocation towards infrastructure augmentation facilities that can be duly certified by principal, head of the institution and CA. So CA, chartered accountant, authorization is must, any budget related in entire of NAAC. Then in audit statement, you need to highlight the relevant items in the audited income and expenditure statement. In this 4.1.2 infrastructure augmentation, headers needs to be highlighted in the audited statement, that is balance statement. Then what are the specific instructions needs to followed by the institutions? This metric is supposed to be looked at with the perspective of only infrastructure augmentation. Only infrastructure related, only you can include. In case of privately funded institutions, the document should be certified by chartered accountant. Then focus of this metric is on to acquiring new infrastructure, not for maintenance, only new construction, new thing. Audited statement of income and expenditure should be in the name of applicant institution only, but not in the name of trust or society. Then not to be included or considered, not to be considered. So avoid recurring expenditure on laboratory, maintenance of infrastructure, and acquisition of books and journals under this metric. This can't be included. You can avoid. This is the SOP of 4.1.2. Then coming to what is the benchmark of 4.1.2. That means based on at what percentage you will get what score. So here percentage of expenditure excluding salary, if the percentage all the 5 years together is greater than or equal to 25%, you will get full score, that is grade point 4. Then if the percentage of expenditure is in between all the 5 years together 10 to 25%, you will get grade 3. Then if the percentage of expenditure is in between 5 to 10%, the grade is 2. Then the percentage of expenditure is between 1 to 5, the grade is 1. If the percentage of expenditure all 5 years together, if it is less than 1%, the grade is 0. 0 to 4, 5-point scale. Our weightage can be multiplied with this grade point weightage 4.1.2. So what is the weightage here? 10. So 10 into whatever the grade you will get. Suppose if you will get full grade, 10 into 440. If you will get 3, 10 into 330. If you will get 2, 10 into 220. If you will get 1, 10 into 110. If you will get 0, 10 into 0, 0. So that is the total score added to this metric. So that is about 4.1.2. Then coming to another quantitative metric, that is 4.3.2, which comes under the key indicator 4.3, that is infrastructure. I mean IT infrastructure. So 4.3.1, that is qualitative metric. Now 4.3.2 is quantitative metric, which carries 10, then that qualitative metric carries 20. So this is related to student computer ratio. So this ratio can be only for the latest completed academic year, not all the 5 years. In every metric in NAAC, they will mention latest completed academic year or last 5 years. Based on that only, you can provide whatever they asked, only related data you can provide. So the student computer ratio is for only latest completed academic year. So number of computers available for students usage during the latest completed academic year. Here you can include only the computers which are available for student usage. Faculty computers, office computers, placement computers, then all offices, library, except digital library. Those can't be included here. Only regular academic related student uses computers only you can include. The formula for calculating the student computer ratio is students is to computers. In the latest completed academic year, for example, 21-22, first year to final year UG, then first year to second year all PG courses, total students on roll, you can find then how many computers are for student uses, then you can students is to computer ratio you can calculate. Then the supporting details you can provide here. For this, there is no data template, just number of students and number of computers. Automatically, the ratio will be calculated and you can enter here, which carries 10 weightage. Now, SOP, let us see what are the documents needed for this. Standard operating procedure for the quantitative metric 4.3.2, the documents needed. So, here you have to provide bills for the purchase of computers to be provided. Then whatever the computers purchased, those can be entered in the stock book. Those entries you have to provide. The stock entry of computers allotted for student use to be highlighted in our stock book. Wherever the entry consisting of student related computers, you can highlight it. This is for last 5 years. As and date, whatever the computers are using for students, you can include and highlight it. So that highlighted screenshot of that stock book can be attached here. Then specific instructions to be followed. The data pertaining to the latest completed academic year to be considered. Number of computers available for student use only to be considered. See, that means latest completed academic year means till inception to till date, what are the computers available for student usage. So you can include all the computers and latest year bills, whatever you purchased. Then not to be included or not to be considered. The computers for office and faculty use will not be considered. Computers purchased after the latest completed academic year not to be considered. Suppose 21-22 is the latest completed academic year, that will be till June end of 2022. Suppose some computers purchased in July or after June, those can't be included here. Then coming to the benchmark for which ratio of student computer ratio. So what is the grade point you will get? Suppose here, if the student computer ratio is less than or equal to 5:1, you will get full grade 4. If the student computer ratio is 5 to 15:1, then you will get grade is 3. Then if the student computer ratio is 15 to 30:1, then the grade is 2. If the student computer ratio is 30 to 40:1, the grade is 1. If the student computer ratio is greater than 40:1, you will get 0. So if your ratio is less than or equal to 5:1, you will get full score. Then you can find in which range you will be. Now this is the 4.3.2. Then coming to the last quantitative metric, again it is expenditure related, but this is for maintenance expenditure. 4.4.1, which comes under key indicator 4.4, maintenance of campus infrastructure, here which carries 20 weightage. The question is, percentage of expenditure incurred on maintenance of infrastructure, physical and academic support facilities, which excludes salary component during last 5 years. In the following table, we have to provide year-wise the total expenditure incurred on maintenance of infrastructure related to physical and academic support facilities. Suppose latest year 21-22 for the total amount in lakhs rupees and so on the fifth year. Then the data template we already mentioned 4.1.2 merged with 4.4.1 common template. So in common template only, you can upload in both matrices. Then upload supporting document as per SOP. Now let us come to the data template 4.4.1. Already we discussed 4.1.2. So common template only. Here the third and fourth column, I mean 1, 2, 3, fourth and fifth columns, expenditure on maintenance of academic facilities, excluding salary for human resources. That means employer salary. Expenditure on maintenance of physical facilities, excluding salary of the faculty. So this is for academic facilities maintenance. This is for physical facilities maintenance. Then total expenditure excluding salary by combining expenditure for infrastructure, expenditure for maintenance of academic facilities, expenditure on maintenance of physical facilities. These three together will be the total expenditure excluding salary. This is the data template of combination of 4.1.2 and 4.4.1. Now let us move to SOP of 4.4.1. The standard operating procedure for quantitative metric 4.4.1. What are the documents needed? Provide audited income and expenditure statement, highlighting the items of expenditure incurred on maintenance of physical facilities and academic support facilities only, duly certified by the head of the institution and chartered accountant. Here, the specific instructions needs to be followed by the institution. Focus of this metric is only on the maintenance of physical and academic support facilities. Audited statement of income and expenditure should be in the name of college or institution only, but not in the name of trust or society. Here, not to be included or not to be considered. If we can include only the statement of last 5 years data on the metric without audited statement, this can't be considered. So these are all the SOPs of 4.4.1. Then coming to benchmark of 4.4.1. If the total percentage of expenditure incurred on maintenance of infrastructure, including physical and academic facilities, if it is greater than or equal to 25%, you will get the full grade 4. If the average percentage of expenditure is in between 20 to 25%, you will get the grade 3. If the percentage of expenditure is 10 to 20%, the grade is 2. If the percentage of expenditure is 1% to 10% range, the grade is 1. If the percentage of expenditure is less than 1%, the grade is 0. So based on that, you can check where you are standing. This is the benchmark of the quantitative metric 4.4.1. Okay, that's all about criteria for infrastructure and learning resources. In next video, we will discuss about the criterion 5, that is student support and progression. That will be continued in next video. Stay tuned for those updates. This is my academic channel link. So if you want to make use of all these resources, you can subscribe. Then you will get all the alerts. So thank you for watching.